Hello, Andy here, and I have been kind of holding this video off a little bit just because there have been a lot of bugs that have come in. Basically, OBS 32 came out, and I needed to update the StreamUp plugin, which I know a lot of you do use, and if you're not using it, well, definitely watch this video because this plugin it's just insane. Yeah, I mean, if I say so myself, I mean, I made it, but I think, yeah. It's insane. Let me know if you think it's insane in the comments. But because OBS 32 came out, it kind of broke a bunch of plugins that just needed a few updates. Really, quite a few minor updates that needed to be done. So make sure your plugins are up to date, and this plugin allows you to make sure all your other plugins are up to date. But I've been holding it off just because I rushed the release to make sure you guys had something that worked when you updated to OBS 32. Just FYI, a lot of plugins now won't be backwards compatible. A lot of plugins going forward will be needing OBS 31.1 and above. For instance, all Exceldro's plugins, my plugins, and stuff like that. So just bear that in mind. If you want to find out more, I'll leave a link to the video I did about that in the description. But the OBS plugin is the StreamUp OBS plugin. I've not updated the website just yet, but you download it from our website. And basically, it's becoming the just craziest tool set. Like, the amount of things that's in this plugin now is absolutely wild. Let me just turn this log off and go into here. So, at first, everything looks normal. And a lot of you will be a little bit upset when you first start OBS now. It's going to be like, oh, man, your plugins are out of date, all this jazz. But this plugin helps you find your updates. You just go to StreamUp, and you can press check for OBS plugin updates. And here we go. This will tell us all the plugins that we need to that we need to update. I can't even talk. And you can see here, you can do the download links just here, or you can use our incredible tool that Silverlink made in the StreamUp team called the StreamUp Plugin Installer. I've got a video on that as well. And this will tell you all the plugins that have failed to load and whether or not we have the download links for them. So as you can see here, you'll see toolbar that needs downloading because it's out of date, but it doesn't mean that there is a physical update because we cannot see what version you have installed. It just means that it doesn't work. So you can press the download link or go to the OBS forum page, and then you can have a look to see if it's compatible. You press updates, and a lot of you use this plugin that I recommended, the Scene Tree plugin. But have no fear, I have built that into the StreamUp plugin now with even more functionality. So that's how you basically just check if your plugins are up to date and whether or not you need downloads. Makes it a lot easier. You can probably see here, we've got the StreamUp Scenes Organizer. We're going to get into all the features in this plugin in just a second. And you'll probably see this nice little toolbar up here that you can see. Oh, my God. I've done so many things in this plugin. It is wild. So if we go to patch notes, you'll be able to see everything that we've got in there at the moment. It is honestly crazy. So obviously, I was waiting for this video to get 2.1.1 out because there was a few bugs, and a really important one I wanted to add was the Scene Tree Importer. And we'll get into that when we cross that bridge. But all the features that we've got here, we've got a complete interface redesign. So I've completely remade this plugin from the ground up. So it looks a lot different. All the menus look a lot different. The settings menu, etc., all looks very new. We've got the new welcome screen, which is similar to this one, which with the welcome screen, it does have all the people that's supporting us. I need to fix this because I've not made this multi-line like an idiot. So if you're supporting us monthly or supporting me monthly, your name can pop up here. You just press this button to make that information public. Otherwise, you're just kind of supporting in the background, if that makes sense. So it's up to you if you want your name in the credits, and you can see all the information, see all the StreamUp links, which is all good. So first thing on this list, we have got the StreamUp toolbar. That is this thing all the way up here. So this is like your start streaming, your record button, your replay buffer. It does actually say what they are as well. I've had to make some of these icons, but there's a lot of features in this that's awesome. So we right click and you can go to toolbar settings, and this is the new settings page that I told you about for the StreamUp plugin. We've got a bunch of different settings that you can look at here, but we're looking at the toolbar right now. You can move it to the left hand side of the screen if you want to. So you can have it like that, which I really like having it at one side. You can put it to the right, you put it to the bottom, and you can also configure it. You can obviously turn it on and off as well. You can configure it and create your own order. So you can get rid of all the functions that you don't usually want and things like that. Or you can add in the StreamUP stuff like lock all your sources, add that as its own icon, and then you can have that in there. You can add a bunch of different hotkeys. So if you go into here, you can see all the different available hotkeys that's in OBS. So, you know, in the normal hotkeys menu that you go to, you can set anything to be a button here and actually use a custom icon as well. So you can use any icons that we use in the OBS plugin, or you can upload your own icons. So if you really wanted, you could just like, I don't know why you'd want to do this, but you could just get a picture of, I don't know, this, for instance, just there, and we'll be like, yeah, we'll use that, look, we'll use that. There we go. And that's it. This will be an icon. So if I press studio mode, we'll say enable studio mode. We'll set that, press add. It adds it to there. You can rearrange these. You can put them into groups as well if you want to help organize stuff. And we press save, and you'll see there's now a lovely little picture of me up here. And when I press it, it opens up studio mode. Really cool feature for you guys to kind of customize OBS a little bit more to make it more user-friendly to your experience, basically. I hope you guys really like that one. Like I say, it's one of those, you just need to play around with it, see what you want to add to it. If you've got any feedback, let me know in the comments, and I'll try and add it to future builds. Please consider supporting as well, because I've got something incredible to show you at the end of the video. The next thing that I've added is the multi-dock system. The multi-dock system, a few people have been like, oh yeah, but why have you added this? I was just like, well, I'll add it because it's there. But the multi-dock system is, you know, you've got your individual docks in OBS, as you can see. You've got your sources dock, you've got your scenes dock, your audio mixer. This allows us to put multiple docks into a single dock. So for management, so if I'll just call it test for now, and this creates a single blank dock with nothing in it. We can dock it anywhere in OBS, we can leave it out of OBS, and if we press the plus sign, we can add whatever we want. So I like to use the example of vertical. So if I add vertical in there, now we've got the vertical dock inside of this test dock, right? But we can add more docks. So we get the vertical downstream keyer. You see where I'm going with this? You get the vertical scene transitions. We get the vertical scenes. We get the vertical sources. So we can put all of those into one thing. Looks really ugly right now, but this works like the normal dock system. So say we want the scene transitions in the downstream keyer, maybe on the same thing. Maybe we want to put the scenes above just here and then split it across to put the sources next to it. We can rearrange, we resize, move this down if we want to. In fact, I want this to just one side. Maybe, do I want to do it one side? I don't know. You can decide what you want to do. You know, if you know how to work the dock system in OBS, then you know how to work this. So, you know what? I might actually, let's put this down to the bottom. And then we can resize this up. So now we've got like a second canvas in a way of all the vertical stuff. Like I say, you can just rearrange this to however you want. If you really want, like, I don't know, put that one over there, put this one over here, and then you've got a big vertical canvas, and then you can have all the stuff on the side. So it's really cool. And then you can lock it all down so you can't move it around, but you can still then dock that in OBS if you want to, or something. It might be a little bit glitchy because I've got this other window open at the minute, or it's probably because it's locked. There we go. So you can rearrange it, lock it, and then you can't accidentally move anything. It is honestly a really handy one if you guys like organizing docks and like yeah, it's just nice. And you can create as many different ones of them as you want, which I really like. Next up, we've got the scene organizer, which is basically like the scene tree plugin, but it's kind of a little bit on steroids. I've added a bunch of different features to it. You've got all the typical right-click features that you normally would have for your scenes inside of OBS, but I've also added set color. I know a bunch of you like setting colors for your sources, but now you can do it for your scenes, which is really nice. I've just added that in. Why not? We've got a bunch of different settings as well. So if we right click, we can toggle the icons so you can see what's a scene and what's also a folder. So I'll just create a folder called test just here, and you can put your sources, your scenes into different folders to help you keep them all organized, which is awesome. We also have a lock button as well, which I really like. This allows us to stop us from rearranging stuff by accident and everything like that, because I always find myself accidentally doing stuff and breaking it. It's just that's what I do. It's good like that. And then I could never find a scene. So I added a search function. So if I type in StreamUP, you can see all the StreamUP scenes that appear just here. And we close that down and it'll reopen them. We also have the ability to hide scenes. So say you've got a bunch of like supporting scenes and your scene list is massive. We can actually right click and hide whatever scenes. I'm not sure why the font looks a little bit shady. It's probably just me being an idiot. So I'll look to fix that in a future patch. And when we press the lock button, those scenes just completely disappear from the list. So it hides those scenes for you if you just want to have like a little custom setup. I'm also adding a way to automatically organize them, like A to Z or recent first and stuff like that, so you can organize the different scenes however you want. There's also a couple of other settings. If we press settings, we can, obviously we've got the show and hide the icons, but we've also got a scene switching mode, which allows us to either single click to change scene or double click. So if you're like me and you like to just like, I don't know, maybe rearrange stuff whilst you're streaming to just like, I don't know, you've seen something, you can just rearrange it and we're not changing scene, as you can see in the background. But then if I double click, that changes the scene. So it's a nice little feature there that it's up to you. I like having things that you can customize. We've got credit, obviously, for it's based on the incredible work by Digit on the Scene Tree plugin. But I've also added a way for you to import. So when you first start OBS and you've used the Scene Tree plugin, our plugin will just check and be like, oh, this scene collection you've got right now has data from Scene Tree. Do you want to import it? So you don't even have to reset all these folders and everything that you already had for your Scene Tree plugin. It'll just import them. Just another handy life-saving thing that I've added to the plugin as well. Surely that is worth a cheeky little subscribe, right? So make sure you are subscribed. And like I said, there's a few other features that I'm going to be adding to this, and I've actually got them in testing. And if you want to get hands on the early features, make sure you are supporting me over at andilippy.co.uk. For the OBS plugin, you can support at any tier and you get the early updates as well. Next on the list is enhanced WebSocket commands. So I've added, but in the older versions of StreamUp plugin, there have been a lot of hidden things in there that I've not really showcased too much. And one of these was having WebSocket commands. But now I've made a nice, easy way for you to see what these WebSocket commands are. So you know how to use them, and you can copy the OBS raw. So if you're like, I don't know, coding in one of your programs and you want to like use some of these features, you can literally just press copy OBS raw, boom, and that copies the actual WebSocket command that you can put into StreamerBot or anything like that. And you StreamerBot users will probably notice we've got CPH just here. This allows you to copy the actual C# command to get each one of these to work as well. So you can turn that on and off in settings as well, because there are going to be other features in this plugin that I'm making it so it's very easy to use with StreamerBot, and you can just basically show CPH references. You can turn that off just there. So if you're not a StreamerBot user, you can hide that. It's not a problem. What else we got? I tell you, there's so many things. We've got a dedicated hotkeys menu, because with this plugin, there's a lot of different hotkeys, like locking all sources across scenes or just on the scene that you're on. There's a lot of things like that. So I've added our own custom hotkeys menu. The hotkeys are still visible in the OBS settings. There's no way to hide them. There's no way to do that. So they will still appear here. Like you can see the StreamUp refresh and all that. But I thought it'd be a nice way for users to see what hotkeys we have available in a bit of a cleaner interface where you can set the hotkey that you want and everything like that. And then one of the other features that I basically made for StreamUp a while back, and that is the input capture device management, which is like pretty huge, to be fair. I know a lot of you out there. I know Nutty was really excited about this feature coming. Because especially if you've got more than one camera, or you've been using, like, I don't know, some other version of OBS, and you've come to this version of OBS and your camera's not booted, you have to like go find it, deactivate it, reactivate it. Well, now I've made a handy little button for you to do that. You can either do it in the tools section in the StreamUp plugin, video capture device. You can activate all your cameras, deactivate them all, or just refresh them. So the ones that are active, deactivate them, and then reactivate them. So you don't have to like go find that camera, turn it off, turn it on, and all that. It just does it. And anything like that can be triggered by hotkey, or it can be triggered in the StreamUp toolbar. There's so many different ways to do things. It's completely up to you, basically, how you want to do it. And there's also the StreamUp dock as well. So I'm kind of semi-phasing the StreamUp dock out because I don't really use it. I don't. It's just, yeah, because these features can be added to this nice toolbar at the top. So I kind of preferring to do that at the minute. What else did we add into that? Obviously, the import of the scene tree and everything like that. I fixed a bunch of bugs as well. That's why I wasn't releasing this. And I added the hide scenes in this build. But one of the things that's going to be coming in the future, but it's not going to be for quite some time, because I want it just for my supporters for the minute. So if you want to get your hands on this one is huge. It's like my greatest creation inside of OBS. And it is the Source Explorer plugin. This is part of the StreamUp plugin, or will be, but like I say, it's not going to be for a good few months. So if you want to get your hands on it soon, I'm just tinkering with some final things to make sure it's stable for you guys to download. You just join at any tier on andilippy.co.uk or on the StreamUp website. You can support at any tier as well. This is an all-in-one source solution. So we've got a color source here. This is the source that I've got selected, and you can see here we've got the source. We can rename it in this section here without even using the source menu. You can change the index, so you move it up and down in the source list. Change the show and hide transition just in here and set it to how you want, so you don't have to go right click, then go to show, transform. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to do any of that. You just do it in this one menu here. Same for all your video settings, like your blending mode, scale filtering, deinterlacing. You've got the transform, so you know when you normally have you press Control E and you can pull up your transform window. That window is now just here. It's just there, nice and easy for you to access. It's basically one window to rule them all. Bunch of different quick actions as well for flipping, rotating a source, and stuff like that. We also have the properties, so you don't have to now double click into the source. All the properties can be just edited on the fly in here, so I can make it smaller, as you can see, nice and easy. Really cool thing. We also have, I'll come back to that one, we've got miscellaneous, which just basically gives you more information, whether or not the source is enabled, hidden, muted, and all that jazz. Tells you how many filters are on it, if it's on a group. There's just extra info that's for all you creative people out there, shall we say. And we also have filters. This is insane. This is my favorite part of the plugin. It's beautiful. You can enable and disable the filters. I kind of want to change them to be the little eye icons for the invisible and visible rather than checkboxes, so it's a bit more intuitive. You can rearrange the filters, and this literally is the filter menu. So if I rearrange them on there, you can see it rearranges them there. But rather than just editing one filter at once, you can just open up as many different filters as you want. So the color correction there, crop and pad, we can open that at the same time. And obviously that looks a little bit messy in just one window, doesn't it? So we can actually just pop whichever ones we want out. And we can just edit whatever filters we want all at the same time without having to close, go to the next one, do anything like that. We just do all the edits, turn the filters on and off and all that jazz. It's so good. We can close all the windows as well. That closes them all down. Rearrange. You can add your filters in here. There's also going to be like extra ways of copying WebSocket commands. I forgot that I added this bit in. I've just remembered. So if we go to something like this source name, you can copy the set and get commands for WebSocket and StreamerBot. So cool. There's a lot of insane features that's in this. We've also got an extra little button down here. Say if we click a source that has audio in it, so we'll go for a we got a where is it, video capture device. We'll just add one of these in because that's got a bit of everything in. So we press that, and you can see this is all updated now. We can change all the settings of it. We've got the lock, the visible button. We've got a mute button, so you can mute the audio mixer for it. You also have a screenshot, so you can screenshot that source. You've also got the audio monitoring button, so you can change to monitoring and out, monitoring, blah, 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 blah. You can see if I tick it, you see monitor and output, monitoring off, monitor only. We have the enable, disable video capture device. We also have a transform button where you can flip the source. You can do it vertically. You can change it and go rotate, stretch the screen, basically all the quick functions that you normally get when you right click a source and you go down here. Basically all these things are now just a handy little button. Honestly, it's crazy the amount of things that I've crammed into this, and I can't wait for everybody to get their hands on it. Like I say, make sure you are supporting. We also have a way, because this will tell you the hierarchy of this source. So say if I don't know, put this source into a group, for instance, we have that group, and I select this source now, you'll be able to see, oh, it's on the scene 33. It's in the group called group. I've not really used very clever names here ever. That wasn't really ideal, was it? That was really stupid. But we've also got a source selector. So say you're on a scene, you can actually go and select a source that's on a completely different scene if you want to. This is going to look for them. You can search for them. You can find by actual filter or type. So you can find all of the filters of, I don't know, your whatever's using NVIDIA background removal. You can go and find all them sources in there. I think you can kind of see how powerful this is. So, like I say, that one's going to be just for my supporters for a little while, and then hopefully it will come over. I seem to be dropping loads of frames. I don't know why. I need to investigate that as well. But yeah, I hope you really do enjoy it, and it's going to be a little while because I've got a couple of bug fixes to make, but it should be out within the next month. And all the other stuff we spoke about, other than Source Explorer, is available right now. You can download it. The links are in the description. Make sure you're subscribed if you don't want to miss when this all releases publicly and all the other stuff that I'm working on at the moment. And go support, all right? Much love to you all. Put your rock over the stone, and I'll see you soon.